this video is gonna be about school. So whatever, I'm 3 weeks into the semester. I'm fucking motivated. I'm there. I'm like zoned in, and I mean, some key points are like, put your fucking phone away while you're in class. Like, regardless if you're getting financial aid for it or if you're paying out of pocket, that should be even more of a reason for you to fucking pay attention. I see people with their phone like right next to their laptops or like next to their notebooks, and they literally can't pay attention to the professor for more than like 2 minutes without looking down at their phone, or like doing some shit on their laptop that's like not even fucking related. I'm like, bro, like, if you don't want to be here, don't fucking be here. Like, literally nobody is forcing you. I mean, now that I'm back and I know like what the fuck I want to do, it just makes shit a lot more easier. And I'm pretty sure like that's one of the reasons why like people are just like, because they're just doing it for the hell of it. And I mean, that's not what it's about. Your education should be to, I mean, help you like acquire the skills that you need for whatever the fuck you want to do. And what else? Another thing is, in one of my classes, I have this professor from, I'm gonna say Spain. Okay, and so in one of my, another thing is, in one of my classes, I have a professor that's from South America, so yeah, like her English isn't the best. You can hear that little like Spanish accent that you know I'm talking about, like that like I'm pretty sure most of our parents have. And there's this fucking lady that literally always makes it a point for whenever the fuck she can to be like, what, third? You mean third? And like she'll, like the professor will repeat herself like, oh yeah, like third, whatever, like she'll like try to say it better. And I'm just like, bro, like stop being a bitch. A thing I read was if somebody has an accent while like they're talking your language, or like they don't say shit right, I mean, don't fucking judge them, because that just proves that they know more than one language. Because there's motherfuckers out here that can't even speak one language right, so like what the fuck are you doing like judging her for like not being able to like say this language right, which obviously isn't her strong point. With that being said, I think people should stop being so fucking like shallow. And yeah, like it's fucking hard. In my microeconomics class, he's from Nigeria and his accent is so fucking strong. The first day of class, it took me maybe like half the class to be able to like finally like, alright, this is what the fuck he's saying. Like, I'm registering shit. But I mean, like, that's not my fault. Like, it's not his responsibility to make up for my lack of knowledge in like his language. You get me? So yeah, that's one point of the many. Okay, what's another one? I mean, another point is, let me see. So in one of my classes, I had a presentation. Some of my classmates had a presentation, and yeah, they were freaking reading shit off of the PowerPoint the whole time. And I was like, bro, okay, nah, I'm lying. It was 4 girls. The last one fucking killed it because she didn't even have to look at the board. She was just like, tas. And I'm like, hey, get that shit. Because, nah, I'm gonna save this for another video. Okay. Another point that I want to make is, in that book I had mentioned previously, The Transparent Self, he's saying how like school isn't about education anymore. They just train you how to be an American, and what that means is they train you how to be an employee. They don't train you how to be a fucking boss. They train you how to follow orders. They train you how to follow a specific like rubric for shit. They don't teach you how to think anymore. And he's just going off on how and so he says, sorry, it's because I have notes. I have little notes that I write down, and I had to look back because I was forgetting what I was trying to say. But so he says, like, these are not educated men. These are Americans, and I mean, their highest purpose is to consume goods. And that got me thinking, because I'm like, that's fucking true. Like, literally, what we're trained to do is like go to college, work for a boss, buy whatever the fuck we want. Okay, not whatever the fuck we want, but yeah, just consume goods. So they don't teach us how to like ignite our imagination. They don't teach us how to like think creatively, and they just teach us an ideology, and a way to behave. For more like 12 years plus, they teach us to just like sit quietly in a chair, don't speak when you're without permission. Don't speak without permission. We have to like ask to go to the restroom, and I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that like slowly like trains us like we can't act on our own. We have to like ask people like to do shit with our own free will, and I mean, that's fucking bullshit. That's why people now like, I'm pretty sure they don't know how to be like leaders and do shit on their own, because they're trained to like be little puppy dogs and just follow instructions, that when they're left on their own, they're like, what do I do now? So that goes to my previous point. So that goes to my previous video, where we have to fucking reinvent this game. Alright, I'm coming back because there's like points that I forget about while I'm in like the zone, whatever, and then I'll be like fucking driving and I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot to say this. So like I'll like write down like my shit, or like make a voice memo. And I mean, obviously I'm not gonna record while I'm driving anymore because focus. But what's it called? I mean, I'm not saying this stuff to you guys because like I want to be a bully and I want to make y'all feel like shit, but I'm tired of older generations saying that like we're entitled little shits, because I mean, in a sense we are. Like with school, we've had so many resources handed to us, like books, free lunch, transportation. Back then they didn't have all those things. If they wanted to figure something out, they'd have to like walk their ass to the library and like look for that shit. And now like we can get information like in 2 seconds with Google and our phones. So yeah, like they have their reasons for thinking we're entitled, and I mean, I'm not gonna deny it, but the thing is, like, we have the choice to either like change that perspective on us and like actually do something. We can either like keep being entitled, be complaining about like our happiness, be complaining that like we don't have like money, we don't have like things that rich people have, we don't have opportunities. But the thing is, like, you have to make those opportunities for yourself. We can either like work for what the fuck we want, or we can use our resources to our advantage and like make a fucking living for ourselves, and like change that, obviously, like that like stigma that like Generation Z and generation millennials are like little fucking crybabies. Or we can continue thinking that the world is going to be handed to us and that we are weak little shits. Okay, so another thing I wanted to add in with the education and like being there even though you don't want to be there. And this whole like happiness thing is, there's a poem by Charles Bukowski. He was like a lonely motherfucker, whatever. He writes a lot of sad shit, and I mean, it's good. I like feeling sad, not for like feeling mopey, but it's just a nice feeling to have. I don't know if that's weird, I don't fucking care. But here, I wrote it down because I know I'm gonna forget it. So he says, we work too hard, we try too hard, don't try, don't work. It's there, looking right at, it's there, looking out, it's there, looking at, right at us, aching to kick out of the, what the fuck did I write? Aching to kick out of the closed womb. If you have to try, then maybe you don't care about it. So I thought that was pretty interesting because it's true. If you have to like pretend to care about something, then obviously like that isn't what you want. The whole point about like living is trying to find your thing, trying to find your passion. If you have to try, then obviously you're forcing it, and you need to find something that you're truly passionate about and is just like brought out from you effortlessly. And it says, looking right at us, aching to kick out of the womb. Some people may relate to that because maybe they do know what they want, but they're either like too shy to like bring it out, or like they're scared of being judged. But honestly, like that's the whole point of human existence. I see no point in living such a generic life, just everybody having the same life, go to school, marry kids, like living depressed as fuck with your 9-to-5 job. Like the point of fucking being is to have fun with it and create your own reality, obviously. And like obviously that's why famous people are famous. I know that sounds very vague, but I'm talking about like famous CrossFitters, actors, singers, because they took the initiative to take something that they like truly believe in, and they just put their like heart and soul into it. And I mean, that's why like people who are like super fit and stuff are like idolized, because like everybody's so fucking average that when somebody actually like does something out of the ordinary, it's like, oh my god, because it is like I think an easy way to try to I guess figure out what you like is to ask yourself, if you had no obligations, like what would you do? If you don't know, then that's a good way to start, because like start having more free time, like instead of being scared of like being alone, just try different things out. Maybe try to remember what you enjoyed when you were smaller. Honestly, that's what it is. Like your inner child is what you were doing when you were like truly happy. So some people need to like reconnect with that inner child. And yeah. Oh, another thing was that, what the fuck? Oh, so there's this guy I've been listening to on a podcast, and he has an opinion saying that he thinks happiness is created. And what that means is that in order to have a happy life, you have to do things that make you happy, that are going to make you happy. And I agree with that in a sense, but I also disagree with it, because you can still be happy, obviously with gratitude, like being happy for what you already have. But obviously like yeah, that will like be a big part of your happiness, but you can't always rely on gratitude. Like yes, it's good to have gratitude, but you do have to work for what the fuck you want. And if you're not doing shit to make you happy and like earn your happiness, then obviously you're not gonna be fucking happy, if that makes sense. And so for happiness, I was having a conversation with one of my coworkers, and they had asked me, like, do you think happiness is a choice or do you think it's a destination? And relating to what that guy had said from the podcast, like, yeah, it can go both ways. Like, you can choose to be happy by being grateful for what you already have, and it's also a destination because like, you can choose to be happy because you can be like grateful for what you already have, and you can choose to be happy by taking the initiative to start doing things that make you happy or that are going to create happiness. Because yeah, like, happiness is earned, but it's also the choice of whether you want to be happy with your certain circumstances. And like, the whole thing with trying to figure out like who you are or whatever is, this podcaster had mentioned that people are so like entertained with like their phones and stuff. They have so many distractions that they don't have any time to have like freedom. I mean, not freedom, boredom. And that honestly, that's like where your creativity comes from. That's why like the older generations, when they were younger, like if they were bored, like they were grounded or something, and like they have to like go be stuck outside like playing with themselves, like that's when their like creativity would be like brought in, and they would like fucking make like a go-kart out of some like those boards. I'm blanking out, but yeah. And he's saying that like kids today, they literally are always fucking entertained, that obviously they're never gonna have the time to like be bored, have time to like think of their own stuff, think of like new ways to have fun, and obviously like figure out things that actually like interests them. And that can kind of relate to like people nowadays also. They're so entertained with their phones. I'm pretty sure y'all are like, okay, yeah, get the fuck over the phones. But I mean, honestly, like, it's a real issue, and I'm not gonna fucking shut up about it because it's true. Like, even our older generations, like our generations are, yeah, like, we're so entertained with ourselves, entertained with our phones, that, what's it called? That we don't take the time to put our energy into any like hobbies that may actually interest us. And that's why when people are like phoneless, like because it like died or like it fucking broke, they don't know what the fuck to do with themselves because they're like